Love feels powerful, but when your standards are low, it becomes dangerous. Most people don't realize they have low standards because they confuse attention with love, effort with consistency, and chemistry with compatibility. And slowly, they settle, not because they want to, but because they don't know better. In the next few minutes, you'll understand the subtle signs that reveal your standards are too low. These are not obvious mistakes. These are hidden patterns that quietly destroy your self-worth. Chapter 1. You accept inconsistent behavior. He texts you today, then disappears for 2 days. He promises to call, but doesn't. He shows effort, then suddenly pulls back. And instead of questioning it, you make excuses. He's busy. He's stressed. Maybe I'm overthinking. This is one of the clearest signs. When you accept inconsistency, you are teaching him that your time and emotions don't matter. High standards mean consistency is the minimum, not a bonus. If someone likes you, they don't confuse you. Chapter 2. You feel lucky just to be chosen. Deep down, you feel like you're not enough. So when a man shows interest, you feel lucky. You ignore red flags. You lower your expectations because you're afraid. If you ask for more, he might leave. But here's the truth. You are not supposed to feel lucky just to be chosen. A relationship is not a favor. It's a mutual decision. By accepting less, you are telling yourself, this is all you deserve. And that belief becomes your reality. Chapter 3. You ignore disrespect. He makes jokes at your expense. He talks down to you. He dismisses your feelings, and you laugh it off. You don't want to seem too sensitive, but disrespect is never small. It starts with jokes, then becomes behavior. When you tolerate it early, it only gets worse later. High standards mean you address disrespect immediately, or you walk away, because respect is not negotiable. Chapter 4. You overgive to prove your worth. You text first. You plan everything. You give your time, your energy, your attention, hoping he will finally see your value. This is exhausting, and it doesn't work, because people don't value what they didn't earn. When you overgive, you create imbalance. You become the one chasing, while he becomes the one choosing. Real relationships are balanced. Effort should flow both ways, not just from you. Chapter 5. You stay even when you're unhappy. You feel it. Something is wrong. You're not happy. You're not at peace. But you stay, because you've invested time, because you're afraid of starting over, because you hope things will change. This is where low standards become dangerous. You start choosing comfort over truth. But staying in the wrong relationship costs you more than leaving. Costs your time, your confidence, your happiness. Chapter 6. You ignore red flags in the beginning. In the early stages, you notice things. He lies. He avoids responsibility. He lacks respect. But you ignore it because you like him. You focus on his potential instead of his reality. This is one of the biggest mistakes. People don't change because you see potential. They change when they decide to. What you see early is who they are. High standards mean you believe actions, not words. Chapter 7. You seek validation instead of connection. You want him to text you, call you, compliment you, not because you feel secure, but because you need reassurance. Your happiness depends on his attention. This creates pressure, and it pushes you into unhealthy patterns. Checking your phone constantly, overthinking messages, feeling anxious when he pulls away. This is not love. This is dependency. Real connection comes from stability, not constant validation. Chapter 8. You forgive without change. He hurts you. He apologizes. And you forgive him. Again. And again. And again. But nothing changes. This is not forgiveness. This is self-neglect. Apologies without change are manipulation. High standards mean you don't just listen to words. You watch behavior. If there is no change, there is no reason to stay. Chapter 9. You are afraid to be alone. This is the root of everything. Fear of being alone. It makes you settle. It makes you tolerate. It makes you accept less. Because being with the wrong person feels better than being alone. But this is an illusion. Being alone gives you peace, clarity, growth. Being with the wrong person takes all of that away until you are more afraid of wasting your life than being alone. Your standards will stay low. Chapter 10. You confuse effort with love. He buys you gifts. He spends money. He does big gestures. And you think, this means he loves you. But love is not just effort. It's consistency, respect, emotional safety. Someone can do a lot and still not treat you right. Low standards focus on what he does sometimes. High standards focus on how he treats you all the time. Chapter 11. You lose yourself in the relationship. Before him, you had goals, hobbies, dreams. But now, everything revolves around him. Your mood depends on him. Your plans depend on him. You slowly forget who you were. This is one of the biggest signs. When you lose yourself, you lose your power. A healthy relationship should add to your life, not become your entire life. Chapter 12. You don't set boundaries. You don't say no. You don't express your needs. You avoid difficult conversations because you don't want conflict. But without boundaries, there is no respect. People will treat you based on what you allow. If you allow everything, you will receive anything. High standards mean you protect your time, your energy, your emotions, without guilt. Chapter 13. You keep hoping instead of seeing reality. You keep hoping. He will change. Things will get better. Maybe he just needs time. Hope can be dangerous because it keeps you stuck. Instead of seeing what is, you focus on what could be. But reality matters more than potential. Always, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Conclusion ***. Low standards don't happen overnight. They build slowly, through small compromises. A little disrespect here, a little inconsistency there, until one day, you realize you've accepted far less than you deserve. But here's the truth. You can change it. You can raise your standards. You can walk away. You can choose better. It starts with awareness. Now you see the signs. The next step is choosing differently, because the relationship you accept becomes the life you live, and you deserve better than settling.